Hey everyone, it's Kristina with Closing the Deal. I am here to get us started on our third installment of Instagram mini-series. So we've already talked about hashtags, we've talked about captions. Now let's talk about Instagram stories. So I do have my handy little notes here, don't mind me. But let's talk about what Instagram stories actually are first before I start giving you like cool tips and tricks. So Instagram stories, if you're in Instagram, you've seen those cool little circles at the top of people that you follow. And when you click on them, they're cool little short videos of them talking about whatever it is they're talking about. And poof, they're gone in 24 hours. So that's what stories are. They're short videos that have a limited time or a limited life. So they, like I said, only last 24 hours. Now there's a way that I will talk to you about in just a bit on how to save them if you just love your content. But that's what they're meant to do, is last 24 hours and they are gone. Now there are ways to help you get more discoverability, but for the most part, they are little stories to give to your followers. So with that being said, let's talk about some details on it. Instagram stories are 15 seconds long. Now that doesn't mean you only have 15 seconds to get out your message and like, that's it. The cool thing is Instagram, the longer that you go, it'll break it up into 15-second segments, but you can go longer than that. So it'll give you as many slides as you need. So you can do that. And the cool thing is that you can either make your story in Instagram. So if you go look at your own profile and you see the little plus sign next to your picture, that's where you go, and that's where you make your own stories. So when you go into that, you can either make your own video where you get some extra little perks that I'll talk about, or if you feel more comfortable making the content just directly from your phone and uploading it onto Instagram, that's an option as well. So with that said, let me look at my notes. You can upload either way, but there are some benefits to doing stories directly in Instagram. So you have features like hands-free, which sometimes you need your hands to talk, so you can do that. And you also get some like added filters. You get, the cool thing is you can go live. So that's something that's really cool. Instagram, let me actually back up a second. Instagram is blowing up because of their stories. There's lots of cool things they're doing on there, but video is really what's carrying Instagram right now, and in a really positive way. They are making huge strides, kind of catching up to Facebook. For the first time like ever, Facebook actually has real competition, which, if you know, Facebook owns Instagram. Competition, whatever. But they're pushing video hard, and they want to push live video hard because that gets more people onto their platform. So if you go live, which is one of the perks of doing an Instagram story inside of Instagram, you can go live. And the cool thing is, because Instagram likes that and wants to push live video, you shoot up right to the top of stories. Everybody who's looking through stories and just kind of mindlessly letting them play, you go to the top, and there's a little notification at the top of everyone's page that follows you that says live on it. So everyone knows you're going live, and Instagram wants to show it. So that's a really cool way to use it if you are bold enough to go live. Instagram stories is a really great way to go. Wow, words are hard. Okay, so in addition to that, some of the other perks of using Instagram stories in general is that you can add stuff to it. So when I say that, I mean like you can add hashtags to help you be a little bit more discoverable. You do want to keep in mind for those hashtags, however, that they need to be relevant to whatever it is that you're talking about. So if you're talking about, gosh, I'm gonna have a terrible example, but if you're talking about like an open house and all you do is tag like ABQ or like NM people who are searching NM aren't gonna care that you're holding an open house. Now that hashtag can work well for you overall when you're posting content, but not in stories. You want it to be like hashtag open house ABQ or something like that. You want it to be directly related to the content that you're posting. So be cognizant of that, but it can also help your discoverability. I gotta slow down, I'm so sorry. Slow down. It'll help your discoverability. And I just recently realized this, which is kind of embarrassing. And Carissa kind of just snickered when I was mind blown because she already knew that using hashtags does help you get in front of people that you would have otherwise not gotten in front of with Instagram stories. I knew that for posts, did not know that for Instagram stories, but I actually saw my own success with it and it was kind of exciting. So think about that. The other things you can do that are cool and interactive on there are things like polls. So I've seen people do kind of like, you know, which kitchen do you like better, A or B? And you can actually put up there an A or B and have people vote because people love to give their opinions. So that's something really cool to use. You can add like GIFs and stuff, which is cool because it's just a little bit more like motion on your video to help grab people's attention. The other thing is text, which I think is actually really important and shouldn't really be too optional for you. So if you think about it and think about how you view videos, most of the time when you're just kind of scrolling through social media, they're on mute. So you need to give people a reason to unmute your video. And you do that by putting a little bit of text on there describing what you're talking about, something a little bit intriguing to make people hit the unmute button and give them a little bit of an idea of what it is that you're talking about. You don't need to spill all the details right there in the text. You only have so much space to begin with. But just giving people a little bit of information to make them want to unmute. And that just really helps because people, like I said, are just looking through things. They're on mute. They don't want to listen to things if they're not going to be interested in it. So give them a reason to be interested. What else? We talked about stickers, polls, things like that. They just help engagement because, like I said, people like to give opinions. The text. And then the cool thing that you should definitely be taking advantage of if you're doing Instagram stories is taking the content that you love and turning it into highlights. So what highlights are like these little folders that you can create underneath your profile, and you can categorize things. So if you want a folder for content that you've made that you really like and you want people to go back on and look at, is you can do like what buyers need to know, what sellers need to know, tips and tricks on how to stage your home. You can do multiple folders and they're called highlights. So when you make stories, you have the option of add to highlight, and then you can choose which highlight folder you want to use. So that's something really cool, especially when you're making content that you really like and you think other people are really gonna like because it's valuable information. It's stuff they can click into later whenever they go into your profile. So that is really cool and something to think about. Just another way to repurpose content you're already making, because why not squeeze all the value out of what you're already doing as you can? Why not? I know that we should be calling ourselves out. So that gives you some information on Instagram stories. I hope that you found this helpful. I gotta stop saying I hope that you found it helpful. As I said, we are closing the deal. We are also the marketing department in Stewart Title. So if you guys are kind of getting started on Instagram or any platform really, and you have questions or you want to find out a little bit more about this, definitely contact both myself or Carissa, and we are happy to sit down and help you. That is what we're here for. That is our job. So thank you guys so much and have a great day.